Welcome to Business Math. So, we're going to be doing business math for 8 modules here, and we'll be working on percentages, we'll work on sale prices, discounts, markups, loans, mortgages, maturity values, depreciation, linear equations, and then also basic calculus. So calculus is used very much in economics and also in business. So we'll be using some of the calculus also as well. So business math will help you in your future courses at Roosevelt as well as in your future career. So there are some easy ones, there are some tough ones. So we'll go through some easy ones first, and then we'll come to some complex problems. Now, some of you probably know all this, so that'll be a good review. And some of you have done this before, and that'll be a good review also for you. So let's go through all this one by one. And I want to see certain easy ones first, and then we'll go to the tougher ones as such. So let's first look at what is basically a 6% tax on $10 basically. So if you want to do that, the first way to do that would be if you take $10. Hang on one second, I want to get to my got my stylus now, so I can look at what is 6% on $10. So basically that will be $10 times 6 by 100, and that will be equal to 6 by 10, which is $0.6. Otherwise it'll be equal to 60 cents. Okay, so if I take the $10 and then multiply that by 6 by 100, I get 0.6. So the basic idea of a percent is this 100. When I say percent, it is 1/100th. That is what the percent means. Okay, so whenever we say percent, we take that 100 into consideration. Let's do another problem. A 15% commission for a salesperson will be $15 for each 100. So basically, if you sell a car for $10,000 with a 15% commission, what is your commission basically? That's what we are trying to see. Your commission on that $10,000 would be your 10,000 times 15 by 100. So that'll be how much? It'll be $1,500. And that is your commission for a car that you sold for 10% with the 15% commission. So you see a 30% reduction sale on a video. So you want to buy a video and you see this 30% reduction, okay? So the original price of the video is $9.99. What is the sales price? So you know the original price is how much? $9.99. So you want to find the basic reduction. The basic reduction will be how much? That is $9.99 times 30 by 100, and that comes to $2.99. It's pretty close to $3. So for if the price was $10, then 30% reduction is going to be $3, and it's be about 2.99 here. It's actually $3 if you round it up, but it is, let's say, 2.99. Now we can find the sales price. The sales price is going to be equal to the original price minus the reduction, which will be equal to 9.99 minus 2.99, and that is going to be $7. And that is your answer. So your sales price is going to be $7. Okay, so let's go to one more thing. So now that we just saw some reduction and things like that, I want to know the percentage increase or decrease. This is a pretty common problem that you will see in the business. It can be used for extrapolation, it can be used for interpolation, and all that good stuff as well. And we'll talk about it later on. So increase or decrease in percentages is what we are trying to see here. So for instance, Rob had sales of 87,898, and that's for the month of June. For July, the sales actually decreased to 75,450. Okay, so let's find what is the percentage increase or decrease for Rob's sales. That's what we're trying to find out. And that will be basically, you're going to take the reduction first, like we did before. The reduced reduction will be 87,898 minus 75,450. And that is going to be equal to 12,448. Okay. Now let's set up the equation. 87,898 times the decrease is equal to 12,448. So what is the decrease? The decrease is going to be equal to 12,448 divided by 87,898. And that is going to be equal to 0.1416. If I want to convert this to percentage, that is going to be 14.16%. Okay, how did I do that? I simply multiplied 1.1416 times 100. So to convert a decimal to a fraction, I need to multiply it by 100. So 0.1416 times 100 becomes 1.14. So the decrease is 0.1416. Converting it is 14.16%. So that is basically the decrease from June to July. So the same thing that we did before, I would like to show you what is if you do it in a formula. So if you do it in a formula, we can say that percentage change is equal to new value minus old value over old value. So for instance, we can do the same thing by actually taking the new value, which is basically 75,450, and we take off from the old value, which is 87,898, and divided by 87,898, and this comes to minus 0.1416. If I convert this to percentage, it is going to be minus 14.16%. This minus here and this minus here tells me that there is a decrease. Okay, so if the percent change is negative, then we can say that there is a decrease. If the percent change is positive, then we can say that there is an increase. And that's how we can find out the increase or decrease using percentages. So let's do this problem where we say there is a Richard & Son is a hardware store in Bartlett, Illinois. The sales for the first months of the year are given: January, February, March, April. The sales are given. We need to find the percentage change from January to April sales. But before we do that, let's do from what is January to February, February to March, March to April. So if I want to do that, from the change from January to February, of course, we can find out like we did before using the formula, which is 135,000 minus 128,490 over 128,490. This is the new value, this is the old value, this is the old value, and that comes to about 5.46%. Now February to March, we can find out 156,000 minus 135,000 divided by 135,000, and if you do the math, it comes to 15.13%. From March to April, if I take 128,450, there is a new value, minus the old value, which is 156,000, divided by the old value, which is 156,000, and that comes to about how much? It's a negative value, right? So it'll be about minus 17.66%. So basically there is a reduction here, or a decrease. There is an increase here, and there is an increase here. Okay, now if I want to find the sales, if I want to just compare January and April sales, so what is the percent change from January to April? Then I can say April is how much? 128,450 minus January is going to be 128,490, okay, divided by 128,490, and that will come to, so this is going to be an increase or decrease. You can see that they have actually decreased, so there will be a negative number, right? So that will be 0.03%. Now, if you look at it from the quarter sales, that means the first quarter basically means the first quarter of a year comprises of January, February, March. The second quarter will be April, May, June, and so on and so forth. There are 4 quarters to 1 year. So the first quarter basically is sales of January, February, and March. So is there a percentage or a decrease for the first quarter? So the beginning of the January is 120. I mean, during January, the price is the sales was 128,490. That is the end of January. At the end of March, it is 156,000. Okay. Now, if I had known the beginning of January and the end of March, that will be the best way to do that. I don't have that number, so I'm going to use this 128,450. 490 as my number for January, and I'm going to use 156,000 for my March. So I'm going to compare these two numbers now, because those are the only numbers I have. So if I want to do that, then it is going to be, for March it is 156,000 minus, for January it is 128,490 divided by 128,490, and that comes to basically a whopping 21% or 21.41%. So this will be my increase for first quarter in sales. So let's do one more example. So the price of a DVD was increased by 20%. How many DVDs can you purchase for the amount that used to buy 300 DVDs? So sometime back you bought 300 DVDs and it cost you so much, but now the price of each DVD has increased by 20%. So how many you can buy for the same amount of what you used to buy for 300 DVDs? That's what we're trying to find out. So in this case, we need to do one thing. We need to assume the price of DVD, let's say it is $1 per DVD. So for each DVD, it is going to cost you $1. So what is the price increase? The price increase is going to be $1.20, right? Because it is 20%, it is going to be $1.20. That is $1 times 20 divided by 100. That will be the increase. Then you add that to the $1, that becomes $1.20. So basically you have $1.20 as the new price. So with the $1 for 300 DVDs, it is going to cost you $300. So we need to find out how much this will cost with $1.20. Okay, so with the $20, what you got to do basically is to take this $300